Yo, what's good, everybody? RFG is back at it, and we're gonna get into this topic pertaining to the mummies and lost civilizations that our government keeps excavating in North America. Okay, I've been telling individuals for the longest that the term African American is non-existent, and the first civilizations, okay, that inhabited North and South America were inhabited by none other than our ancestors, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is further proof. The first video I showed you on this topic was my video Lost Pharaohs. It was called American Pharaohs and Lost Continents. Okay, if you haven't seen that, go check that video out. I exposed them excavating mummies out of the deserts of Nevada. Now, this is going to show more information on what our government found in the Grand Canyon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so when we look at what this article is right here, it says, when Smithsonian discovered an ancient Egyptian colony in the Grand Canyon. Okay, this is showing ancient Egypt right here, but if you read this article, it goes into full detail about what was found, what the dates were, and who was involved. Okay, they tried to cover it up. There were some people even trying to classify it as a hoax, and I'm here to tell you today that no, it is not a hoax. Ladies and gentlemen, they want us to think it's a hoax so they can keep us buying in to the African American illusion. So by us classifying ourselves as African first, the government can rightfully take this land and classify it for themselves. Okay, take ownership for themselves. Okay, this is our land by blood. Okay, I'm talking about the real natives. Okay, I'm talking about the melanated people in America, and I'm talking about the red natives as well, because over half of their lineage goes back to the originals. Okay, we were all living as one on this land. This is very sacred land we live on, North America. Okay, so here goes some more pictures of what they found and tried to keep secret in this Grand Canyon. This is why they were forced to call it a hoax, ladies and gentlemen, because this is what they found in the Grand Canyon. Okay? This is what they found. They found a pharaoh's tomb. They did not give out any identification on the particular pharaoh whatsoever. These are the artifacts that they found in the Grand Canyon, ladies and gentlemen. And if you think it's a joke, I'm telling you right now, all you have to do is put in Grand Canyon mummies. All you have to do is put in Grand Canyon mummies. First things first, you have to read the article, okay, that the Smithsonian put out a while back. This is the title of that article. Okay, they tried to play this off like it was just some hoax and some kind of joke. But ladies and gentlemen, this is what they ended up finding. Okay, I'll show you all the pictures. Okay, this is one. This is what they excavated out of certain caves in the Grand Canyon. They also found a lost pyramid. Okay, this is going to blow you guys away. Okay, this is one mummy. This is another artifact that they found. Look, they found this. They found this in America, people. Okay, this is blowing a complete hole in the whole transatlantic slave movement and that whole story. This is basically putting large holes in that theology. Okay, this is what they found when they tried to excavate most of these tombs. Okay, this was in the mid to late 90s. Okay, there goes a actual, this person looks like a Hopi, a member of the Hopi tribe who was actually mummified in the Grand Canyon. Okay, because the Hopi got their theology and their whole doctrine from these individuals right here. Okay, the Dogon tribe. Okay, these two individuals, these two groups have the same ideology. The Hopi, okay, they got most of their ideology and information of the cosmos and of nature, okay, coming directly from the Dogon tribe. Okay, they both believe that human civilization started and got most of their knowledge from the Nomos individuals inhabiting the Sirius star system. The Sirius star system is a binary star system, and it actually used to be 4 stars. It started out as 4 stars: Sirius A, Sirius B, Sirius C, and Sirius D. Now, Sirius D is Saturn. Sirius D is the planet Saturn, the fallen one. Okay? When you talk about Sirius and Orion, you're actually talking about the god Osiris. You see? Orion, Sirius, Osiris. That is the god Osiris, basically controlling the energy of these 2 star systems, Sirius and Orion's belt. These were the 2 most important star constellations to our ancestors. Okay? Another thing I want to touch on is this right here. Okay? As a lot of us already know, Lower Egypt is what they call, Northern Egypt. And Upper Egypt is what they call Southern Egypt. So wait a second, when we look at this, we would think that this is ass backwards. But no, ladies and gentlemen, okay? This area right here was inhabited by our ancestors, and this is where they chose to build the pyramids, okay? They called this Lower Egypt because in their time, it was really Lower Egypt. What am I trying to say? Ladies and gentlemen, there was a massive pole shift on this earth that changed the whole climate on this planet. Okay, this is why the civilization that was inhabiting Arizona, okay, these pharaohs in Arizona, this is what happened to them. Okay, they were experiencing major catastrophes that were destroying their civilizations all across this planet. Okay, and if you don't believe me, here goes the pyramid that they found in Arizona, ladies and gentlemen. You have to look very closely at this structure. Very closely. Okay, there goes a certain entrance right there in the front. Okay, we're going to look at different angles of it. Here goes a sideways image. And it's definitely a pyramid, okay? Because this is where they excavated those artifacts that I just showed you, okay? And this, just by looking at it and looking at the erosion that's on the surface, this pyramid may be just as old as the pyramids in Antarctica. Okay, this showing different angles. Okay, just go look up the pyramid that they found in the Grand Canyon, and this is what's going to come up. Okay? Okay, this is our ancestors' land that we are living on. Okay? The whole African American theology was a complete psyop and a complete mindfuck. And I'm going to prove that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, if the melanated people in this country were really African first, okay, let's think logically about this. The term African American, okay, crept steadily into the nation's vocabulary since 1988. The term African American wasn't created until 1988. Reverend Jesse Jackson. Oh, really? One of the ultimate sellouts of all time. Okay? So wait a second. You mean to tell me that European slave masters captured Africans from the western coast of Africa, brought them over to America, and refused to call them African for damn near 400 years? And waited, so wait a second, they waited from the 1600s all the way to 1988 to first start calling us African? Ladies and gentlemen, what sense does that make? Does that, if we really came from Africa, don't you think they would have started calling us African? It's some name with African in it in the late 1600s. Why would they wait until 1988 to come up with this term African American? Why? Okay, this is where you have to start using your mind and using your common sense. Okay, it's not no superior intelligent gene or no kind of rocket science to really understand what went on and what happened. Okay, we were duped. Our ancestors were duped. If you look up Christopher Columbus's, some of his journals, he was quoted, you know what I'm saying, saying that when he landed in America, the first Native Americans that he stumbled upon had skin of copper, dark brown, a brass brown color. It's time to wake up, people. It's time to wake up. The first Native Americans had, that's exactly what he said. He said the first Native Americans had the same skin color as the Ethiopians. Go look it up. Go look it up, people. This term that you like to call yourself, two different continents, okay? This was a goddamn psyop that was promoted and put in action by the CIA and this man right here, Reverend Jesse Jackson, in 1988. You really think that they're going to wait over 350 years to call you African if you really came from Africa? Oh, really? It's time to wake up. Also, where we can't find one remain of one slave ship in existence to this day. We're talking about the numbers they say that were part of the transatlantic slave movement are in the tens of millions. I'm dead serious. The numbers they're talking about are damn near 20 million over 300 years. So that would be thousands of slave ships. Ladies and gentlemen, where are they? Is there any museum with a actual slave ship inside of the museum? Never heard of it in my life. Like I said, if you know about one, please present it to me. Please present it to me. Because as far as I'm concerned, this transatlantic slave movement is a complete government psyop and a farce. Just like the Holocaust, a goddamn farce. Everything we've been taught in mainstream education, public education system in this country is a goddamn farce. And I'm getting ready to blow a hole in this shit. Okay? I've been getting word from a few sources that the Civil War was actually a farce. The people died in the Civil War, but the reason for the Civil War that we're thinking is completely off, way off. And as soon as I get my information together about that topic, I'm going to put out another video on the true history of the Civil War. Okay, so stay tuned for that information. But like I said, this land, North America, belongs to the melanated individuals that are already here, along with the individuals that we would consider red natives and red Indians. This is our land, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Also, what I've stumbled upon, okay, this new continent that was just found right outside of New Zealand. Okay, the scientists just reported, archaeologists just reported that they found a lost continent under the ocean that is surrounding New Zealand. Okay, they found a lost continent here. And what's funny is this is nothing but a part of Lemuria, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? This new continent is called, they're calling it Zealandia. Okay? It's right outside of New Zealand. It's taking up part of New Zealand, and it's showing that in the ancient times, New Zealand was part of a landmass that was way greater than what New Zealand is now. Okay, and I'm trying to tell people what's really going on here. New Zealand was really part of this. It was part of Lemuria. Okay, here's Australia. These two little lines right here on the side of Australia are where New Zealand is located right now. So the landmass they found under New Zealand was definitely connected to Lemuria. Okay? Lemuria was the landmass that is responsible for creating most of the islands in the Polynesian islands, most of the islands in the Northern Pacific as well. Okay? That's why our archaeologists and scientists keep finding these artifacts under deep water, okay? All across the planet. Another lost continent that I touched on before, okay, of course, is Kamari Kondom. It connected the landmass Madagascar to India to Australia. It connected all three of these land masses, and it was called Kamari Kondom. Okay, that's why under the Indian Ocean they're finding lost cities as we speak. This is a map showing Atlantis. Now, this is just going into my personal belief. I'm pretty sure that a piece of Atlantis, okay, is under the Caribbean and has a lot to do with the Bermuda's Triangle and the energy that's going on there. And the largest piece of Atlantis sunk underwater and was moved, okay, to the South Pole during the pole shift. So most of Atlantis became Antarctica. Okay, that's what I'm getting from most of my research. Okay, so like I stated, we're finding these lost continents that I just listed are a result of major catastrophes on this earth during a pole shift, a major pole shift, which caused massive earthquakes and massive flooding. Okay, this went on about anywhere from 6,000 to 12,000 years ago. I say about 12,000 years ago. Okay, and this right here is proof. Our ancestors knew north, south, east, and west, people. Our ancestors knew that. So why is Lower Egypt in Northern Egypt, and why is Upper Egypt in Southern Egypt? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I already researched it. It has nothing to do with the elevation of this landmass. It has nothing to do with the mountain elevation. No. What I'm saying is, at one time in history, Lower Egypt right here was really south, and Upper Egypt was really north, which means the earth used to be upside down. Okay? And this event caused the pyramids to go underwater for a very long time, a couple of thousand years. Okay? That's why the scientists found massive amounts of water erosion around these pyramids. Okay, not a game, not a joke whatsoever. Another thing I'm going to touch on real quick before I get out of here is this situation pertaining to this object called the Rosetta Stone. This Rosetta Stone object was discovered, I believe, in 1799. Yeah. No, 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 no. I think it had to have been a little later than that, because this man was responsible. Yeah, this man was responsible for excavating it out of the Egyptian temples. Okay, John, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Francois Champollion. That was his name, and he's responsible for pulling the Rosetta Stone out of the archives of the temples of an ancient Kemet. Okay, this is the object right here. Now, what they're saying is Champollion was able to interpret these hieroglyphics. Ladies and gentlemen, that's bogus bullshit. Bogus bullshit. No way a Frenchman with no knowledge of Kemetic science, no knowledge of Kemetic language, no real knowledge of true astronomy, astrology, or spirituality, no way this man is going to decode what's on that tablet and be able to interpret the Medu Neter language. Not happening. What happened is this man tried to interpret it, but he couldn't. Okay? He couldn't. He ended up dying, and then there was another man who was sent into the same archives, okay, to interpret it. This man we know as Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla could not interpret what was on the Rosetta Stone. So, ladies and gentlemen, the United States government, along with the European government, paid off African sellouts, individuals who shared lineage to Kemetic tribes, okay? Individuals who lived in Libya, individuals who were moved to southern Egypt after the Arabs took Egypt over, okay? Nikola Tesla was sent by the American government to get this knowledge from these indigenous people that were living in southern Egypt, okay? And they paid them off to interpret the Rosetta Stone for Nikola Tesla, ladies and gentlemen, okay? The Rosetta Stone is responsible for most of the modern day technology we have today, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Most of the modern technology we have today was already written on the walls in Kemet, okay? Here's the battery. Here's the hieroglyphic showing one of the first batteries in existence on this planet. There was very low oxygen levels at the bottom of these pyramids. Lighting a torch could not work because fire needs to be energized by the oxygen. Okay, if there's low oxygen there, you won't be able to light a torch. So, ladies and gentlemen, they had lamps. They had electric lamps powered by batteries in the pyramids. Also, this is what Nikola Tesla was able to interpret through the Rosetta Stone. Okay, when those sellout Africans gave him that information, and this was another piece of technology right here. Okay, this pharaoh or person right here is holding a piece of technology in his right hand, and whatever is in his left hand is either a form of radio waves or a form of Wi-Fi. It may be interpreted as both. Okay, it may have been capable of both. Right here in the hieroglyphics, once again, all this information was found in the Rosetta Stone tablet. This gave way to major breakthroughs in most of the technology, okay, that Nikola Tesla, quote unquote, invented. Okay? Nikola Tesla didn't do anything but rediscover what our ancestors were capable of, and he brought it to the light. Okay? It's not a game, and it's not a joke. Everything we've been taught is a complete, utter lie. Okay? So that about sums up the lecture. I'm going to get deep on the metaphysics in my next lecture. Okay, it's gonna blow a lot of people away. I'm also gonna touch on this Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor situation. So just stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG movement and Atlantean movement. Like, subscribe, share this video. It's the chosen one, man. I'm out.